So I want to start with something that we were talking about before we went on air kasi nakita ko rin to sa social media and binalita rin namin sa Big Story. Vice President Leni Robredo telling, Radyo Katipunan ba yun? I think it was Radyo Katipunan. Vice President Leni Robredo telling Radyo Katipunan that if it will unite the opposition, she's open to running for Vice President again. Your takes are, and what does that mean for your own plans?
Okay, that's a new development, and this is the first time I actually heard it from you, and it's a bit surprising, and I believe it's another monkey wrench in the plans of the opposition, because I believe the opposition right now is rather less, because the Vice President is not very transparent about her agenda. We really don't know. And we are stakeholders here. And we keep on reminding everybody in the opposition that it's not only the political fate of Vice President Leni Robredo is at stake here, but the fate of our democracy in 2022. So we're not just about to sit down and watch how they spoil the chances of the opposition. And that's why we were asking for some transparency of their intention.
Senator Trillanes, I think people understand what you're saying when you say na hindi transparent kasi hindi pa natin alam ang desisyon niya kung tatakbo o hindi. But her agenda is transparent. At least it's something consistent that she has said, that her ultimate agenda is to unite the opposition, whatever it takes.
Okay, and that's where we have a bit of a problem, because she defines the opposition as all those candidates who are non-Duterte nominees. But as far as we are concerned, the opposition are those who consistently called out this administration for its anomalies the past 5 years. Now, these other candidates like Senator Lacson, Senator Pacquiao, and Mayor Isko Moreno, they proudly call themselves independents. And that's how the lines should be drawn. They are not part of the opposition, and they should never be part of the opposition. Because as I mentioned the last time I was here, that the main weapon of the opposition in 2022 is the message of change. Now, if we get these people under our wing, then that message would be diluted, because these people would actually call for continuity. And we are up in arms about that idea of getting these people under our wing.
Let me ask you then, because actually binanggit to it was a question put forth by Lucy Cruz Valdez to one of the conveners, Eta Rosales, earlier this week, na parang nagbabago na yung nature. Actually, nagbago yung nature ng isang bayan. Noong una, sabi nila, gagawa sila ng shortlist. Pagkatapos, ayun nga, mayroong proseso, base doon, pipili sila. Ngayon, the question was put forth na, so ang isang bayan ba ngayon is just going to basically endorse who they think once mag-file yung mga tao? By that, nagbago yung nature ng isang bayan. So we'd ask you, sir, what is your perception of isang bayan now, and given everything that you've said, of the changes that we see and that we perceive, both in the process and their mechanism, is it still a platform that is front and center for how you will decide on your options?
So we're still hopeful that in the end, the Isang Bayan conveners would live up to the standards that they put forth early on during their launching. But we're keenly observing the deviations from those standards. Kami, kumbaga, we're just taking things in stride, but we are taking note of these changes. Kasi, di ba, sinasabi nyo, yun nga, bound ako dito. Pero bakit sila hindi sila bound dun sa rules nila? So, inoobserbahan namin yon na in the end, kung mapapadpad lang tayo sa accommodation because of some political agendas, then these are deal breakers. Ano? Kami lang, inaobserbahan lang namin. But again, nagtitiwala kami dun sa karamihan ng mga conveners ng isang bayan that eventually sila yung mananaig. Kung ano yung tama, based sa proseso nila, then yun ang panindigan, then ipanalo natin. Ang nagpapanalo, yung mga tao, no? Hindi pwedeng, dahil may pre-election survey ang Pulse Asia ng June or September, suddenly, ano ka na, you become a slave to that? No. Iba ng electoral politics dito sa Pilipinas noong 2010 and 2016. If you study that, grabe yung shifting ng pulso ng taong bayan. So you cannot still predict yung kung ano mangyayari based on these pre-election surveys right now.
So Senator, nung nag-umpisa yung isang bayan, sabi ninyo, kung VP Leni will not agree to run for president, gusto nyo, kayo yung magsa-substitute. Tuloy pa rin ba yung senaryong yan sa inyong nakikita ngayon with what's happening with VP Leni and with isang bayan?
Definitely po, no? Hindi po kami nagbabago ng kurso kasi nga ang nakikita namin itong si VP Leni ay siya yung leader ng oposisyon. Pag nag-abdicate siya dun sa kanyang responsibilidad na yan, then we would have to fill in that vacuum. So yun po ang nagpasya na yung aming grupo, yung Magdalo, na kami nga ang pupunod niya sa vacuum.
Pero Senator, what happens kung si VP Leni decides she will run for Vice President pero hindi kayo ang ipipiliin ng isang bayan, which is possible, no? Kasi naririnig namin ngayon, they're also considering, in particular, Isko Moreno.
So we will cross the bridge when we get there. But sana, no, for VP Leni's sake, wag niya gawin yon, because we would look at that act as some form of apostasy. Dahil ano yan parang tinalikuran mo yung kausa at sumama ka sa kalaban. That's how we would see it. Kasi andirito na to, we are at this juncture in our nation's history that we can have this golden opportunity to effect change. Tapos itatapo natin yon at the altar of wrongly perceived winnability. So,
pero on the other hand, you can look at it as a VP Leni running against President Duterte. Diba? Meron ding ganung perception kung mangyayari yon.
Yes, pero ito ho yan, hindi naman ito personal fight niya, no? And remember, yung vice presidency, nakita naman natin, is technically irrelevant. It is irrelevant. Yung presidente ang nagseset ng policy ng bansa. So yun yung ang tinitingnan namin.
Senator, ano pa po ang mga ibang options ng Magdalo? Kung sakaling mapunta na nga doon ang sitwasyon na that isang bayan endorses another candidate and it's not Vice President Leni Robredo.
Yun nga po, no? As I mentioned, we will cross the bridge when we get there, but I'm still confident dun sa majority ng conveners na isang bayan that they will see the light. Kung ano yung nararapat gawin, yun yung gagawin nila. Kasi yun yung pinangako nila sa mga opposition groups nung nagsimula sila. And pinangahawakan namin yun. Doon sa amin naman, separately, the decision, the decision 3 is very clear. If VP Leni runs for president, I will run for the Senate. Then if she doesn't run, then we will run for the presidency.
Simula nung mag-declare si Mayor Isko, have you talked to Vice President Leni or any member of her camp?
No, wala po, wala.
Is there an effort to talk to her?
Yun na nga po yung kinakatakahan namin kasi si VP Leni has been telling the public that she has been talking to different groups to broaden the opposition, etc. etc. Pero yung mga kaalyado niya, hindi naman niya kinakausap. Hindi niya sinasabi yung plano niya. Ano? There is an issue of transparency. Again, sinasabi ko na if you are in a coalition, you consult with the members of your coalition. Hindi naman ako liberal party, hindi naman niya ako empleyado. So, I am a stakeholder. They should consult with us. Kumbaga may parameters siya eh. Kung anong pwedeng gawin niya at hindi niya pwedeng gawin. Kung duda siya doon, then you go back to your stakeholders. You consult with them. That's how it should be done. And nagtataka ako sa kanila, bakit hindi nyo ginagawa ito? You talk about consultative or participative democracy. And yet, you don't practice it. That's the problem.
Eh baka naman akala niya kasi kakampi na kayo, so she doesn't need to talk to you.
Yes, kakampi niya kami dito sa pinag-usapan na track do sa parameters. Pero pag pupunta ka, umilalim ka kay Mayor Isko o kay Senator Pacquiao, deal breakers yon. Do not assume na sasama kami hanggang doon. In fact, sinabihan na namin sa kanila early on, hindi kami sasama dyan. Hindi yan parte dito sa daan na tinatahak namin.